short background to Öresundskraft. Now, it's important to realize that we are owned by the city of Helsingborg. We are a municipal energy company. So we're not private owned. We almost became private owned. I'll come back to that. But we are old. We are founded 1859. We started with city gas or synthetic gas, as it was called once upon a time. We're about 400 employees and 260 million euros in turnover, something like that. Around 100,000 customers, give or take. Now, we work in various disciplines within the energy field. District heating, district cooling is one of them. We own the electrical grid in our part of Sweden, own and operate and maintain. We work with gas, not so much nowadays, but there's still customers who wants gas. We have been very active in building up a system for charging of electric vehicles. I can tell you as a piece of fact, we helped electrify one of the ferries crossing over to Denmark. It's a 10 megawatt charger. That gives you an idea of the size of it. So district heating wise, we have been doing this for a long time. We started 1964. The total length of our district heating system is something like 560 kilometers. We deliver approximately 1,000 gigawatt hours per annum. And as you heard Emma talk about a third of that actually stems from our cooperation with Kemira. I should say that I'm not an engineer. I work in communication. I've worked with public relations and communications for many, many years now. And for me and for us as a company, stakeholder relations are very important. And let me just give you a few examples. And once again, this is not going to be a communication course, but this is where your communication starts. You have a number of target groups that you want to talk to or reach to or interact with in various ways. But I've selected just a few here, and let me give you an idea of the kind of interaction and the importance of various groups. First of all, the city of Helsingborg, and as Emma mentioned, the city actually specifies district heating as a base for heating. It's in the building codes when the city expands into new areas. Then the customers may connect or not, but there should be a possibility to connect. And once again, as Emma mentioned, it's part of the energy plan in the city. When we do expand, we need to make holes in the ground. We will disturb traffic. We will disturb a lot of things. So planning and communication together with the city and the people that handles streets and traffic is key. I would say we meet them every week and talk about what's next, where do we want to dig and how long, etc. And of course, as we are owned by the city of Helsingborg, they're taking a keen interest in our financial reporting, investments, and expansion plans, etc. So there's a tight cooperation there. Then we have customers, and we have customers in various businesses, various industries. I've selected two specific names, and one of them I'm sure you're aware of, Johnson & Johnson. They have a subsidiary in Helsingborg called McNeil. They make, among others, chewing gum when you want to stop smoking, nicotine chewing gum. They have been working together with Öresundskraft for many years in reducing their carbon footprint. And 4 years ago, Johnson & Johnson Corporate awarded McNeil in Helsingborg the first ever certificate of being carbon-free, a carbon-free manufacturing site. And that was the first within the entire Johnson & Johnson group. And this was, of course, a source for great pride for McNeil, for us, and for the city of Helsingborg. But more importantly, it actually resulted in an expansion of the manufacturing in Helsingborg. So McNeil was awarded something like $25 million in expanding their production. And that's a direct result of district heating and district cooling. Because without it, they wouldn't have been able to get that award and reach the numbers they did. So that's one. Svenska Retursystem, very Swedish, two Swedish words, but they wash the plastic bins you see there on the right. And it's a fabulous system. When you distribute food stuff and vegetables to supermarkets in Sweden, you use the plastic bins that you see there. Those bins are returned to Helsingborg and washed, hot washed, relabeled, and then ready to be used again. They wash close to, I think the latest number was 600 million bins every year. They used to do it with gas. They heated water with gas, but for I guess it's 8 years now, they switched to heating the washing process with district heating, which in turn resulted in lower carbon emissions and of course better numbers in their sustainability reporting. And those are two, I think, good examples of the competitiveness that you can reach when you work with district energy systems. So we're talking about stakeholder here. The public, well, for once, in our part of Sweden, we have the public are customers. I mean, they are connected to our electrical grid, they are connected to our district heating, etc. So they are primarily customers and treated as such. But they are also voters. Remember, we are owned by the city of Helsingborg. 3 years ago, something interesting happened. The city was approached by a company that wanted to buy Öresundskraft. They wanted to buy us. And that resulted in a preparation for a sale. And once the world got hold of this, there was actually a bidding contest. There were several interested parties who wanted to buy Öresundskraft. And the price was staggering. I think the city was offered $1.4 billion for a company. Huge money. And the majority of the politicians said, yes, we want to do this. And the public said, no, we don't want to sell our local energy company. And it resulted in a public vote. I think that's the word, when you let the people vote.
And local referendum is probably
a
referendum. Yeah,
referendum. Thank you, Peter. Referendum. 52% of the citizens voted, of which 96% voted no to a sale of the company. And the result was, of course, that we remain owned by the city of Helsingborg. So the public are important to us, and I think it shows the power of having an energy company as a local source of your needs. Let's not forget contractors. We spend something like $10 to $15 million every year in investments. That primarily goes to local contractors, people who dig, who weld, who X-ray, who do electrical works, etc. So we generate both jobs and incomes and taxes, of course. My final example is, I actually have a picture of that, I think. Well, there's the referendum. This is my final picture. Another group of interested parties are other local energy companies. I think Peter may have shown this, or if not, he will. But we are actually connected to a much larger energy grid than just in Helsingborg. In 2005, we connected with the city of Landskrona, which is south of Helsingborg, and in 2015, we connected with Eslöv and Lund. So we are actually part of a 50 or even maybe 60 kilometer city-wide district heating network. And this enables us to send energy back and forth should there be a problem. It increases the uptake of residual heat, such as plants such as Kemira, not that big, but anyway. And it enables us to optimize our production for financial reasons. So with that very short presentation, I want to, I guess what I want to say is to show the power of district heating. It can do great things. It can do many things. And that concludes my presentation, Peter.